Hey guys, it's here. Welcome to yet another Hall of Fame interview. And I'm here with Gautam Kalal, who is from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. And he's got a pretty phenomenal journey because he does not come from a typical training, coaching background. He comes from very low middle class family, government school, went through this whole journey of self-doubt. And then he came into the community, believed in himself, working in the corporate world, came out of it, got into the agency business, struggled, failed, consultancy business, just was not able to find his niche for a long time, even though he got into my curriculum like 2018. And in the last 45 days, he was able to achieve 11.65 lakhs, combination of e-commerce sales and his e-learning sales combined and put together. So Gautam, first of all, what a phenomenal journey. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sid, so much of bottom from my heart. I really want to thank you and showing me this journey and path. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gautam, for sharing. These kind of stories really move me more than anything else because, see, you're somebody who's not from this training, coaching industry, and it's like a brand new thing that you came into. Before I ask you more about, okay, what all you did, tell me about that fear that you had in yourself of, not coming from a, say, well-to-do background. See, you come from a lower middle class family, government school, no electricity, Rajasthan. Tell us about that phase. Like, what kind of impact did that have on you? Because you are not that kind of a person right now. Yeah.
Yes. As you mentioned, like I come from a very humble and lower middle class family in Rajasthan. My family is still there. I keep on visiting there every month or so. My parents still stays in Rajasthan, and I'm the only child of my parent, and my father was working in a mining department in a private company or something. So I studied from government school, and my upbringing was like little where I don't have that kind of exposure where I was not able to go to the English medium school, or I could not have that mentor or teacher or somebody who can personally guide me and teach me in future you can do this, these are the opportunities, these are the options and all of that. So I surrounded by the people, those who are completely uneducated. There was nobody in even my family who has complete even the fifth standard.
Wow.
I was the only one who completed the 10th, and then after 11th, and then I got married at the age of 16. I got married.
Wow.
Because it's a Rajasthan, there is.
Yes, it's a part of the culture. Yeah.
Yes. So, and I was like feeling, I mean, I was knowing that this is going to happen with me. I will be, get married, and I have to take the responsibility, the ownership of my family. I have to manage the fund. I have to help my other people in the family, like, whatever they need, like, to sustain, to manage health and all of that. So immediately when I got married, I started looking out for the job or opportunity. So I came out from my small town village, and I started finding job, and I landed in the city called Udaipur.
Okay.
So where I was now working with I found some opportunity from some references. Like I got opportunity to work with a cyber cafe.
Okay.
And that cyber cafe was paying me 600 rupees a month. And where I was first time introduced to a computer. Okay. And internet, where I know, I'm sure many of the people who are watching this video, they might know that those days the modem was there, the typical voice was there when we were connecting internet and all of the dial connection and all of that. So to be able to work on the computer or learn computer, I was not having any kind of formal education or training that point of time. So I had that opportunity to work in the cyber cafe. So that's how I started working with computers. I was helping people, like, those coming to the cyber cafe to take a printout or to take a internet access or something. So I was managing and cleaning that cyber cafe and handling that basically. So when people were not in the cyber cafe in the late hours or early hours, so I was sitting on the cyber cafe and I was, looking at around, like, okay, this is Windows, this is Word, MS Office, and there used to be, like, Yahoo Chat and all of that. So I was having my first email account on Yahoo Mail at the time. And that is also helped by some other people in the cyber cafe who was working as good as I was working there. So that's how the journey started. And I get into the MLM business later because that cyber cafe was there and a lot of people were coming from MLM industry. They were taking printouts and they were logging online and to register the form and all of that. So they were, helping me like, why don't you, be part of the MLM? We will help you to build your network and all of that. Why don't you come for a meeting and all of that? So I started going meeting. I started meeting new people, and it was a good experience. Like I would say that because of MLM business and the cyber cafe combining, I get to introduce like there is a new world, a new phenomena like marketing, sales, training, and all of that.
And business,
okay? And the business. Okay. Before that, I had no clue because I was part of the rural family, staying in a village, and there was no connection, no internet, no even telephone, nothing like that. So I was very excited to see this kind of the behavior of the people and the motivation, the excitement the people kind of having during that meeting and the seminar. I was thinking like, wow, this is what I want to be. I want to be on the stage and I want to be speaking like those people.
Yes.
So that desire came in my mind, and that is how I started with. But sooner or later, after working with few months in MLM, I easily got blocked by a lot of people. Like, this guy is crap. He just want to sell some product, and he's keep on behinding people. Keep on calling people, and he just want to sell. That's it. So I was blocked by a lot of people, and people were looking at me and getting disappeared because they think that he will come back to us and he will try to sell something. So it didn't work with me. In 2002, I decided. By the time I was working in that cyber cafes simultaneously, but in 2002, I decided, okay, let me do something else. I came to Ahmedabad after Bhukam. Earthquake was there in Gujarat. So after that, I came to Gujarat. I came alone. My wife, my kids, they were there. By the way, I have 2 kids. My son has completed masters. My daughter, she is doing BSc.
Nice.
So fortunately, I'm lucky in that direction. Family side, I'm very lucky because I got early marriage. So my kids are grown and they are stable now.
Yes.
My son is already working with some US company. So he's into IT.
Way to go. Nice.
So yeah, because of that.
So your journey, like in 2002, okay, after that MLM phase, then you started to work in the corporate. You got into a job.
No, so finding a job, I came to Ahmedabad. From Udaipur I came to Ahmedabad, Rajasthan to Gujarat state.
Yeah.
And I was alone. I had no clue where I'm going to be, but I was having so much of pressure from my family, from my wife, from my relatives, from my lot of other people.
Yeah.
Those who are influential in your family. Okay. So that directly or indirectly, I mean, when you are not earning, obviously the pressure gets increased basically.
Correct.
And I was married also. So it was anyways a lot of pressure. So I had decided, let me go and do whatever it is, even though it is something bad job, I will do it because nobody is seeing me in Gujarat. Everybody is, in Rajasthan, so they will not watch me. I mean, whatever I'm doing, even I'm doing some cleaning work or whatever work. And fortunately, I got one relative and who supported me initially. He said, Gautam, you are looking for a job. I have one contact who has a canteen and he's looking for a canteen boy. If you are good to, if you are well versed with canteen work, or if you want to be in that particular job, I can give you his address. You can go and meet personally. Don't give my name. He said like that. So I said, okay, give me the address. I went there. I asked the guy, I want to work with you. I want to be part of your canteen work. I will clean your whatever the dishes, and I will, whatever it is required, I'll do that. And something I don't know, you teach me, I'll learn and I'll do it. So this is what my acceptance, and this is how I submitted to him.
Okay.
And he open-heartedly, he welcomed me because he was looking for badly somebody to help him in his canteen business. So he he accepted me and he started teaching me, okay, this is how you have to make the sandwiches, this is how you have to make the tea, this is how you have to serve. We have got five floor building. We were having canteen under the basement, so we used to serve in the 5 floor building. We were not allowed to use the lift. We were going stair by stairs, and in a day we were going upstairs and downstairs. It was like 5 to 10 times a day. To give the tea, give the sandwiches, drinks and all of that, cold drinks and all of that. So within 1 month or so, I become very thin, lean because of that entire workout during the day. And I got a lot of health issues also, but I started enjoying. And later I realized that the 5 floor building is India's second ranked ad agency. And that name of that ad agency is Mudra Communication.
Mudra.
Okay, it's a part of Reliance Group.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then I met a lot of people. Those were like supporting me. They wanted to do something for me. They were knowing like, Gautam, why are you doing this small kind of job? Why are you doing this canteen job? Why are you cleaning dishes here? You have that spark. You have that good looking face. You have that confidence. You can do better things. Why are you doing here? All of that advices were coming to me. A lot of people wanted me to, they wanted to help me, but they were not able to do because they were busy in their own work. But whenever I was meeting, I was getting some of their attention. They were trying to help me in this way.
Nice.
And one fine day, one guy who was burning a CD on that particular office. I went there. I was serving a tea, and I saw that the guy was actually having little issues to burn a CD, and it was 2002 or 2003. I don't remember exactly. But those days, CD was very common. DVD was very common. Yeah. So I noticed that that guy was having some difficulty. So I offered him like, sir, why don't you allow me? I know how to burn a CD because I worked in a cyber cafe. So I know how to do this. If you don't mind, can I do this? I said this, I requested this, and I wanted to give this facility to this guy because I was having that kind of skill. So he abused me, and he said that do your job, don't interfere in others' job. I apologized, and I was just going back, and somebody called me from behind, and that was a manager of that particular department, and he said, Gautam, come here. I'm telling you to burn the CD right now because I'm getting late. I need to go to the airport. I need to reach to Bombay. And there's a presentation. I need to finish it. So I need that CD. So that guy came out. I sat down on the chair and then I burned that CD. I found that CD was placed in an opposite direction in the drive. CD drive. So that was the issue. That's why I was not able to. I did that. This guy the manager got impressed. He immediately said that I cannot talk right now.
Yeah.
I think some disconnection is there.
Yeah. No, I can hear you. Continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he said he cannot speak right now, but he'll come back.
That guy. Yeah. So he said me, there is another guy. His name was XYZ. So he said, you meet him. I'll speak to him over the phone. You meet him. Tomorrow is Saturday. Sunday, and then Monday you see him, and meantime I'll come back from Bombay, I'll see you, otherwise we'll catch up next week. He said like that. So every day I was taking teas and sandwich and serving people and doing all of my regular job part of my canteen routine. So, and one fine day I met that guy again, and he said, have you met this guy? I said, yes, I met that. He said that let him come and we'll discuss together. So that day he asked me, I'm hiring you. And I was like literally crying in front of this guy because I was working very hard. I was having a lot of ulcer on my legs and hands, and a lot of things were happening because I was keep on, coming up, going down and upstairs and downstairs. So a lot of pain, a lot of things were there. So I was not able to express the feeling. I was literally crying in front of him when he said, I'm hiring you. He offered me job of 1,500 rupees. And it was, for me, it was very good, big money because I was getting 500 rupees, 600 rupees in a canteen. And believe me, those days when I was working in canteen, I did not had a home to stay in Ahmedabad. I did not had any family support in Ahmedabad. I did not had money to eat in Ahmedabad. Literally, I was sleeping on a street. I was sleeping on a bus stop where police used to come at midnight and they used to, slap me. They used to abuse me, and the police, the police vehicle goes away. I again come back, and again I was sleeping on the same bench or bus stop or silence, like that. So those kind of things I have faced, not because of that I want to do something else, but because of that, this is where I realized that this is the first generation entrepreneurs is the change that I have to take.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I cannot come out from that village. My will change.
Yes.
Okay, so I took that challenge.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I took that challenge within myself. I was not having enough money. I was just eating a Parle-G biscuit, 5 rupees packet in dinner, and having a lot of water and sleeping. Lot of nights like that. And that day when I got a job, I realized that this is what I wanted badly. After working with here and there, now I will have at least fixed monthly salary where I will be able to save something. I will be able to use some money. I will be able to send some money to my parents, whatever it is. But unfortunately, that money was not enough to sustain myself in Ahmedabad.
Wow.
So when my dad was calling me in canteen or in office somewhere, that point of time, I was not giving the numbers, but somehow they managed to find out the numbers. But they were calling on a canteen landline number, and they were asking, "My son, how are you? Are you all right? Everything is good. Do you have the money? Have you had your lunch or something?" And literally, I was crying on the phone, but I was saying, "Yes, I have a lot of money. Do you want? I will send you." And I had my lunch just now. I was like that. I don't want to express the negative feeling and negative phenomenon, behavior was going on around me. I don't want to express that, because if I express that, I felt like they will be crying and they will feel sad about me, and this is how the scenario happened to me. But that way I believe I enjoyed that journey, because that's how I able to make myself more stronger and stronger.
Absolutely. Amazing, Gautam. I mean, so this whole journey of what you've mentioned, so coming from that every experience, the experience of the cyber cafe, then moving that into the canteen, and now in Mudra you actually got in, and then it's amazing to see how the common thread was your willingness to learn, your willingness to help. That has been like the common thread right through.
Yes.
And I think that's what has probably helped you move. So what we'll do is let's fast forward time, because
yes.
Let's bring it now to 2018. Okay.
Yes.
You got into my course. In last 45 days, you've done 11 lakhs, which is probably one of the biggest that you have achieved, in a business model like this.
Yes.
Tell us about, quickly, like how did you come to the point of when you bought my course, and what kind of paradigm shifts happened after coming here?
As I said, when on my birthday, 29 September 2018, when I get into your webinar, I was so excited. I changed my mindset. 2018 was 3 years. I was running my agency from 2015. I started.
And at that time, how much were you making per month from an agency?
When I left my job, I was getting somewhat 1.2 or 1.5
per month.
Yeah, per month.
Fantastic. That's a phenomenal journey from a canteen boy to that, in the corporate work.
Yes.
And then, so that time in 2016, you left your job?
2015.
15.
Yes.
So 10 years, more than 10 years of work experience. Okay.
Correct.
The corporate.
Correct.
And then, then tell us about in 2018, at that point in time as an agency, what was your cash flow like?
I just still want to take back, because there is a few elements that I want to share.
Please do that.
A lot of people would be happy to know this, because what happened, as you mentioned, I was keep on I was like, I want more knowledge. I was ready to learn. I was hungry to learn new things, basically. So that took me various places. And 2005, actually, I left Mudra. I got another opportunity. I worked with one B2B portal, textile portal, fiber2fashion.com, and where I was working initially as a SEO guy. I learned few SEO techniques in Mudra. I learned graphic designing. I learned video editing. I learned Photoshop in Mudra because it's an advertising agency ultimately.
Yes.
So I did not had a home to stay in Ahmedabad. So what I used to do is that I was always staying in Mudra. Day and night, because I was asking my boss to allow me to spend extra time here. I will be sitting on the system, I will be using the system, but I will be learning new things which will be helpful to the company. So they allowed me, and the Mudra was like 24/7. It was open for everybody because a lot of creative work, a lot of shoot work, a lot of TV commercials, a lot of models were coming, a lot of advertising is like that. So that was a different environment. So I had that opportunity. So I was learning. And that took me 2005. I decided to quit Mudra and go to other company. And that 2007 till 2007, another company I was there. In 2007, I landed to London. I went on site. One company hired me as a web producer. Okay, that time I built my skill. Like I was good at HTML, I was good at CSS, I was good at JavaScript and jQuery and all of that. And that company hired me as a web producer who has to manage the user interface and build the UI experiences and all of that. So they took me, they asked me, you need to make a passport, do you have the passport? I said, no, I don't have. Even I was not good at speaking in English. So I said, I don't have the passport, but yes, I can apply, I can get it within 7 days or something, because Tatkal facility was there at that moment. So I applied it. There were a lot of struggle in getting passport, but yeah, somehow I managed, and I went UK. I stayed for UK for 1 month, and that journey got me another confidence that I can, from canteen boy to coming to Ahmedabad, working with other company, learning new technology, new skill, and now placed to a international company, and that company is also appreciating my work. Because ultimately they don't need a degree, they don't need anything, they need work.
Yes.
So they appreciate the skills, they appreciate the turnaround time. Okay, so I was good at everything. Quickly I was able to do a lot of things because I was doing hands-off experience of I was having. Like I was good at Photoshop, I was good at HTML, I was good at. So when something is coming to me, I was not saying that this is I cannot do. Let me get it done with some graphic designer. Let me get it done with the developer. I was doing it everything my own. So that people liked it. And again, I came back to India, and I started working with some few more company. I worked with bigger client in India, like IIM Ahmedabad. I worked with ISRO. I worked with SCL. I worked with a lot of clients, but not directly with them. But I was a part of company, and that these clients were of that company's clients, not my clients. Okay. So I was getting exposure that working with these kind of bigger clients, how the thing, what kind of processes they use, what kind of mindset they have, how they manage these kind of big businesses, what kind of team they have, and everything that I was learning and getting this exposure. Now let me go back to the 2018. Yes. So combining all of the exposure and the learning and all of that, 2018. When I left my job 2015, agency was there. 2018, when I enrolled your course. So one thing that missing was the confidence and the clarity when it comes to how I can start online business, because I was running the agency and a lot of people were asking me, Gautam, you are saying that you are good at lead generation, you are good at this and that, but if you're really good at this, why don't you do it yourself? So that was, I was like speechless. I was like, it's a big questions. I do not have an answer. Why I'm running behind the clients and why I'm running behind to getting projects like website design or this and that. If I'm really good at something, I should not go behind anybody. People should come to me actually, if I'm good at something. So again, I found that I'm zero. I don't have any knowledge because trend has changed. It was 2003, it was 2010, 2015, 18. So everything has changed. Whatever learning which I have learned, I started unlearning. I get into your webinar. You said that sometime, people think that I'm smart. I don't need to buy this and do this and that. When you become smart, actually you are not smart. Actually, you will waste a lot of time. Basically, you said that in the webinar.
Yeah.
I started connecting the dots. Like, why are you saying this? You may, and then you shared your journey. I also resonate with you because you had some similar kind of exposure patterns you had. So I was able to connect with you. Like, this guy is also like that, and he's saying because of his experience, because he has all of the skills, but still he was lacking because of the clarity and the certain things. And I think I am the right same exactly there. And I started following your system. You gave lot of value. I mean, I let me confess with here with the audiences, Siddharth, I did not purchase your entire course till now, but you have so much of value given in the first course which I purchased. That was Freedom Business Model. That's it. That's it. But you have given so much of value over a period of time. Today, if I look at that Freedom Business Model, it has so many other courses are in part of that.
Yeah.
And every course, every video, every thing that I watch again and again, every time I get new value. Every time I get new value, because some of the things that we keep on missing when we are even focused and we are even learning, something minor things we missed, and we again watch it, we again get it. So this time I found this, and this time I found. So I keep on watching your videos. I was even messaging you like, Siddharth, I'm following you this system, but my sales is not coming. People are not buying my courses. People are not doing this. You said one thing, which is very, very powerful. I remember that word. You gave me actually voice message on the on Telegram. And you said, people will know the intention automatically. You don't have to. If you are selling mindset, if you are hunting mindset, people will know the intention, what you are trying to do. Because everybody is smart today, and everybody has that ability to understand the people.
Yes.
If you are just behind getting sales, people will understand and they will not buy anything from you. So you start giving value rather than selling it. This is what the crux that I'm trying to share with you. But this is what you said in nutshell. Okay. And I shut down all the courses. I said, okay, let me give the refund to the people, whatever money that I have taken. Because people started complaining me. A lot of people were saying that your value is not up to the mark, and a lot of things were there. So
when was this? This is so 2018. You got into Freedom Business Model, and you created a set of courses within those few months.
Yes.
Okay. And when did you shut down? When did you decide to restart?
Within 3 months. Within
3 months. Okay.
Within 3 months, because I was keep on trying and testing it along with my agency business. And 2015 got me this more clarity that, okay, anyways, I was struggling to sustain myself in an agency business. I had started saying no to my team members. I cannot give you more salary anymore. Okay.
Okay.
And let me help you to get another job. I was trying to help them to get another job with my contacts in the industry. So I was able to get some jobs to some people. Some of them were not able to get the job, but yes, I shut down my business, agency business. And the biggest reason was the Corona.
Yeah.
And I shut down, I moved home, everything, my system, my laptop, everything moved home. And from home, I started 22 days of training on YouTube. Continuously, I was doing 22 days every day, 2 p.m. in the afternoon after having my lunch. I was doing this kind of training, and every day I was having somewhat 15 to 18 to 40 people around, 50 people around. Those were joining my YouTube channel, and I was not having much of the subscriber on YouTube at that time. I think I was having 500 to 600 subscribers. And then people were coming live, and I was also promoting some of the, like, on Instagram, on Facebook, like, I'm doing free training. So why don't you jump in there, and we'll discuss. I'll share what is this and that. So I was just trying to give value and helping people, and I started building a community on my YouTube.
Okay.
22 days continuously. I have given every day 1.5 hour. I like approx 90-minute training every day on some or other topic related to digital business and e-commerce and online business. So a lot of people found valuable. A lot of people started writing me email. A lot of people started messaging me. So I realized that, okay, whether I will be able to sell it or monetize it or not, but I'm able to get the trust now. I'm able to get the trust because I was not able to get it in 2000.
Before that.
Yes. So I started getting that trust, and slowly I started talking to the people. I started giving my WhatsApp number. I started talking to the people. I remember you said that initially when you were doing this, you spoke to at least 100 people.
400
people.
Yeah. Yes.
So exactly the same thing I was doing. I started talking to the people. Yeah. And one common thing which made me realize that a lot of people like me who resonated with me actually. Those who are not having a typical English background or technical background or so-called internet terms that they are aware, those who are not. Because I speak in Hindi on my YouTube channel, so a lot of people were able to connect. Yeah. So when I spoke to people,
which month did you do this? Was it in 2020 YouTube or was it 2019?
No, 2020 in after the Corona started.
After lockdown. Okay. So when lockdown started, so March, April, May, during that phase. Okay. Okay.
So I was teaching, I was giving value, just value.
So still you had not come to this e-commerce niche yet.
No. I just said 45 days. I just said 45 days before I started my e-commerce.
Okay.
But I was knowing this because I was into this. I was learning this. Whatever I'm learning, I was sharing. Whatever I was learning, I was sharing.
How did you get the validation that, okay, I think I should do e-commerce? Like, how did you nail down that niche after being in my course for more than a year, still not figuring and not getting it? What was the triggering point? Because I know many people watching this video may also be in that situation. They're trying, it's not working. They're trying, it's not working. What was the turning point for you?
I think biggest inspiration and the validation came from your Hall of Fame because every person is coming from a different niche. Every person is selling somewhat different coaching program or consulting program or mentorship program. Okay. And that made me realize that everything is on internet. You can sell everything. You can sell if there is a need. If there is a need, you can sell it.
Yes.
So you need to find out that need. So I decided e-commerce is already working. Amazon is doing, big companies are doing, a lot of people are doing. It's matter that why people buy from me. That's what I need to understand.
Yes.
Okay. So then I started, finding and connecting the dots, and I realized that it's not about the e-commerce and the brand. It's about whoever is presentable in front of them at that moment, people will go for it. If I'm able to show that, okay, you are into, let's say, law of attraction. And if I give you some product related to law of attraction, people will look at it, people will study it, and some people will buy it basically. So it's all about making them people. I just need to connect with people. That product and people needs to be connected.
Correct. Yeah. You are just a connector, and you have to be presentable and give that value. That's
the only thing. And when I realized this, I started implementing, and just 45 days happened, and I have sold, I think so far, I think I have sold 700 units of product.
E-commerce, from the e-commerce business. So all of you here watching, Gautam has actually launched a completely new vertical in 45 days in the e-commerce space. So he's actually got results selling his own products. I mean, e-commerce products. Correct. And now he's teaching people and teaching students launch, and he's done, quite a lot of sales in that as well. So tell us about how did you manage to launch? Because see, knowledge you have, Photoshop, technical, JavaScript, website design, all that part is sorted out for you. Only thing that was missing, I could see, is your the intent that needed to come out, the trust in the marketplace, which you built over that YouTube 21-day process, and the micro niche. Yes. And the micro niche you found just in the last 45 days after getting the validation from the market, okay, that everybody wants to buy. So how did you zero down that you want to get into Shopify? Did you go to Niche Clarity Blueprints, the second version, narrowing it down?
Yes, you have I said every bundle that you have in Freedom Business Model, in that particular bundle, you have a lot of courses, mini courses are there.
Yeah.
So you have given so much of value inside. Every time I had some questions, like in Hindi, we call it, if you have a question, you go to the Gita Bhagavad and you will have your answer. When I have a question, I go to your Freedom Business Model and I have the answer, basically. Okay. So this is what whenever I have a problem, I go to that. Then I get the answer. So what I need to do is I just need to, I did not purchase. I accept that. I did not purchase, not just because of the money problem, but I was little confident that I have the skills. I have the knowledge of
the setting up skills you have.
Funnel building and all of that. I have that already because I was using certain things. So, but I was not getting result for my agency business and myself and for my client. But the real result came to me realizing the power, which you said that if you believe, if you follow the consistency, you will get the result. And if you provide the value, that is what I've learned from you, because that is nobody's teaching. Everybody's talking about softwares, tools, and all of that, technical things. Nobody is talking about the real, the attitude and the key area where people have to be strongly, the mindset has to be there.
Otherwise, the principles, everyone talks about tactics. They don't talk about principles.
Exactly. So that is where I started getting results. And when now I'm coming to my teaching model, which I teach to the people.
Yeah.
So initially I started doing webinar. Again, I started Your Formula. I was running ads. I was getting people on my webinar. I was using initially Demio. Then I joined this another program that you suggested. Webinar Jam. So I started that promoting. I got a lot of people on my webinar. A lot of people were, I was doing, I also attended his program called Gopal's program. Yeah. So I have joined a lot of other mentors as well, but I realized that if you stick to the one, then you will get the results. So I went to all of that. After joining you, I went another. It was completely big line. I can name Ty Lopez to a lot of people.
International.
Yeah. So Sam Owens and all of that, I went to that. So, but the problem was the basic problem was with my mindset and my belief system. And that I found the solution with you. Nobody was talking about that because they don't understand the Indian psychology, Indian belief system, whatever international that people I have associated with, learned with. Nothing wrong about them, but what I feel is I could resonate with you more compared to all of that, because I found that your journey was similar to that, and the kind of you followed one guy, that is Vic, and then achieved the overall success. Okay. Then I decided, okay, let me follow Siddharth. It's not about the information. It's about being consistent on one particular area where you want to master, basically.
Yes.
So then started following your system and all of that. And that made me realize that, okay, now it is working. The webinar model didn't work with me really well. Why? Because when I spoke to a lot of people, they were saying it was so fast, very fast webinar where we could not understand much. Few people bought my courses in the webinar as well, but they were not able to get the value which normally you giving everybody, because you have that sense of understanding people's mind and their acceptance, basically, which I don't have initially. So I was giving a lot of value, but that value was not solving the need, basically. So
it was more like you are giving information, but it might have not been relevant for them. So that relevance is the key here. In fact, it's a very good point you brought up, because even for me, when I did those 400 plus one-to-ones, I knew exactly what is the problem. Because once you know exactly what's the problem and you design the entire curriculum according to that, even the webinar, if it's hitting those points, then the decision making is going to happen very fast. Yeah. So continue. Yeah. So I'm so happy that you went through that webinar journey, discovering that there was no connect. And what did you do to fix that?
So I wrote out. This is very, very interesting. I think a lot of people will resonate with this, because this is something new that I found. And I have already, I would say that this is also idea came from your side only. I mean, from your coaching and mentorship has given me this kind of idea. You said, if you are good at one-on-one consulting, you can do that. If you're good at webinar selling, you can do that. If it doesn't matter, you sell low ticket price product or high ticket price product. It is about how you are serving people. That is where people are ready to pay money.
Yes.
If you are serving people what they want, people will pay money. It's not about less price or big price. If there is a real problem and if you are solving that problem with people and helping people, people will pay whatever you ask for it. So I started thinking like having 50 people on my webinar instead of 50 people and getting multiple, talking to every people and getting giving small time to everyone. It's better to focus on one guy at a time who is serious and who want to learn actually. And I was very, very confident because I had generated this much of revenue, and I know now I'm having now multiple stores. Initially, I started with one store. I have now multiple store, one product store, multiple product store. One store which I have is autopilot, where I don't even log in and see. Still, that store is giving me sales every single day.
Excellent. And you're profitable. One rupee in, how many rupees out? 4 or 5 rupees out?
10 rupees out.
10 rupees out. Fantastic. Brilliant.
So that automation also I learned from you, because you have taught a lot of things like email automation, Zapier, SMS, lot of things you have taught. Okay. So I had that knowledge, but where I implement, if I have the business, if I have something to sell, then I'll be able to implement, right?
Yes.
So now I had this e-commerce. So I started, how can I make it automate? So I started implementing all of that. And then I realized, okay, now I have multiple stores. So when I focused on one guy actually teaching, I started initially selling this e-commerce course at 10,000 rupees. It was not course, basically. It is a one-on-one training that I was giving.
Okay.
So I was selling at 10,000 rupees and I was helping them 7 days dedicated. It's not full-time 7 days, but I had designed a program where like day 1, I will be teaching this, and day 2, I will be teaching this, and day 3, I will be teaching this. 7 days, you will have your e-commerce store, you will have your payment gateway, you will have your marketing, you will have your products, you will have your first order, like that. Okay. So I decided after that, let me increase price, because I was able to make people happy, whatever I was giving. Yeah. So I decided, let me increase price and also increase the deliverables.
Yes.
So second time when I increased my price, that was 25,000 rupees, just from 10,000 to 25,000 rupees. And what value is I was giving is, I will help you to get at least order of 25,000 rupees, which you are paying to me. First 25,000 rupees of worth of order, I will be helping you. And after that, 7 days, you are free. You can replicate whatever I taught. You will get the orders. And if you need any help, you can email me. You will be able to contact me. I'll give you the advices and guides.
Nice.
And now I'm charging 50,000 rupees. And now what I'm giving, not just the sales, not just the mentorship, but I'm giving like a complete e-commerce store will be developed
platform.
by me. Yeah, developed by me for you. It's a plug and play, ready to use. You just need to just switch on. Your sales will start. That's it.
Amazing. And any of your students are getting results now?
Yes, I think 2 of students have already reached 1 lakh rupees of sales a month.
Fantastic. Amazing, Gautam. I mean, what a story. All of you here watching this, from a canteen boy to
e-commerce
scaling up to e-commerce entrepreneur, if I have to like short, but in between a canteen boy to, working in the corporate, to agency owner, to now e-commerce entrepreneur, after going through this whole process of self-discovery. So if we have to Gautam, if you have to bring it down to what are the top 3 principles that really impacted you through this entire journey, what are those top 3 principles?
First is my upbringing. I would say holding me like very badly. I was very, very narrow-minded kind of person. I was not allowing myself to accept the possibilities, because I come from a humble and lower middle class family where nobody talks about the entrepreneurship, nobody talks about even job, nobody talks about even businesses. People just talk about to be able to sustain. That's it.
Got it. So the first principle is what? Big thinking. Is that your first principle that has helped you? Like, or more than big thinking, it is looking at different possibilities, being open to new possibilities.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. What is the second one?
Second was like, as I am a part of Rajasthan and that genes is there in my blood. You might have heard that one statement that is around of all of us, like Atithi Devo Bhava.
Yeah.
Is like we
take care of your guests. Yeah.
Yeah, we are a like server. We serve. We like to serve people basically. So Rajasthan, that blood inside the blood, that genes is there. We like to serve people. Okay. From the beginning, I have seen, like, somebody was coming to my family, even though the person is not known. My family was saying, "Why don't you stay here for tonight? Let's have a dinner together. You want to go? You go tomorrow morning. I will drop you somewhere. You need money, let me give you 5 rupees, 10 rupees." Because what we used to give is like, we used to care and serve people, thinking that the customer is God basically, and guest is also a God, like, okay.
Yes.
So fantastic. That genes is there, but in between, what happened, when I introduced to the new world, like MLM and lot of other things, I started mixed all of the culture, and something wrong happened to my brain and chemical, which that made me lost. Like I forgot all of that, and I started learning new things. I went to another directions, and something wrong happened to me. But because of that possibility, and I would thank to MLM and a lot of my family friends who initially bought and taught me to get into the MLM, and allowed me to realize and explore the new world, which is marketing and networking and teaching and all of that. That helped me to understand, okay, you can learn new things. There is no limit. If you believe you want to learn, you can learn. Everything is available. But if you stick to your rural mindset or family mindset, which is like, I was not allowing myself to new opportunities, then nothing is going to change.
Nothing is going to happen. So just recap, your first principle is opening up your mind to new possibilities.
Yes.
And the second principle is going back to the roots in terms of your value system.
Yes.
The value system was back to the roots, like this whole Atithi Devo Bhava. Yeah. I mean, now you're incorporating that into your business. Now it is a part of your business, which is a part of your culture.
Correct.
And you're able to rediscover that. What is the third principle that you notice, which is common to your common thread to the results you've achieved now?
In this entire journey, I became more humble and humble. This journey taught me, if you really want to be successful, be humble. Be humble. Because I know I've been rude to a lot of people earlier. Because getting this ego is very, very small thing. I mean, anybody can get an ego. When you get small success, you feel like, okay, I'm top of the world. But that is temporary, basically. Okay. But if you stay humble, stay calm, and if you respect, and if you really share your gratification to the whatever you have today,
yes,
that is going to make you the successful.
Absolutely. And in fact, humility, and I would say the word authenticity is more powerful here, because even Dr. Demartini says every human is craving to be authentic. And the day, and whenever we are putting somebody on a pedestal or we are putting somebody into a pit, nature is designed in such a way that it checks us to bring us to that point of authenticity. And and humility, my definition is, it's not that it's not to think of yourself to be less than others, but it is to think less about yourself and more about the other person, and how you can serve the community. Yes, you need to put that oxygen mask for yourself first, for your family, for your basic needs. Yes. But after that, it's all about turning that. So powerful points. I'll just recap. All of you here watching is the first principle that helped him is opening himself up to a new world of possibilities in every phase of his life. Amazing journey, Gautam. I mean, it's really heart moving to see from where you've come to what you're doing right now. The second is rediscovering and going back to the roots in terms of value system and culture, which is you're coming from Rajasthan and you've incorporated that back into your business. And that is what helped you change after going to that journey of self-discovery. And the third thing you mentioned is this humility and authenticity, which has really contributed to your success. So How does it feel now? And what is your vision for the next 3 years? Now that it's literally like a new chapter for you now.
Yeah. Yes, my life has completely changed. I mean, you will not believe, my daughter, my son, my wife. I mean, we are 4 members in my family. As I mentioned, like I have 2 kids. So my parents still stays in that village in my native
Rajasthan.
Rajasthan. But like in 2005, I bought my wife and my kids here. At the time I was earning as 1,500 rupees or so. So I was not able to give good education to my kids. I was taking admissions for my kids in a municipal school, government municipal school in Ahmedabad.
Okay.
So I always thought, if I could give a good education to my kid, because I could not complete my education earlier. Okay. So I had a dream, like, I don't want my kids to be like me, which is not having that open mindset and all of that. So this is what I feel like, staying hungry for new education or new possibility. That is the ultimate, I would say, will change your life. That is my belief system and now my motto. My family member is now excited about when now in Shopify, there is a voice of every sale. There is a music is there inside.
Yes.
Coin voice is something there. So my family member is everybody is having that mobile phone, and one of the other store is configured on their mobile phone. So everybody, whenever the voice is coming, they get excited. The new sale.
New sale.
So,
wow.
So this is now the momentum of my family. Everybody is so excited, and we feel like we could have learned this earlier. We could have done this earlier. Or now, I mean, the society, the family, friends, and a lot of people who are connected with me through social media and I just talk about one thing, is that belief system. If you will believe, it will change. And believe me, and believe this process of becoming successful, or becoming one step to another, going forward to the another step. If you believe this process, if you follow the system, like you say, like if you follow my system for 90 days, the life will be changed. You will believe you will be evidencing your own success, basically. Okay. So that's the only motto I have. I want to help a lot of people, like those who think that they cannot do, like they might not have the English communication, they might not have the education, they might not be having the internet exposure and all of that. I'm saying, I'm welcoming all of those people. Believe yourself, take that courage and go for it, and things will change for sure. 100%.
Absolutely. Gautam, thank you so much. It was an amazing interview. And all of you here watching, if this was inspiring, just type in the comment box what were your biggest learnings from this. If you want to learn more about Gautam and what he does, in my YouTube channel description, there's a link. Go check it out. And if you want to be a part of this revolution and the movement that we are creating right now in the world, the Internet Lifestyle Hub, you can go to sidzs.co/course, COURSE. Jump into the Freedom Business Model course, like just what Gautam went through, and get started on the journey. We're looking forward to that. So Gautam, before we leave, I just want to ask you one more question. And the question is, can anybody, I mean, you have proved that anybody can be successful, but what will be the one message that you want to give somebody who's watching this? They may be thinking, okay, it has worked for Gautam. I'm not sure if I can do this. What do you have to say to them?
I think a lot of us have this kind of thought when we do anything in life. Anything. It's not about the online business or anything. It's about even when you want to lose weight, or when you want to do fasting for first time, or you want to do run a marathon, or anything that you want to achieve or accomplish first time. We all have this common pattern, that is, we always look at the negative things, like I don't think that I will be able to do this, and I don't think that I have that confidence, or I don't have that skill set, or I don't have that stamina, or I don't have that age group, or something like that. So we always look for the negative things. We never look at the positive things that we always carry. And everybody has strong few positive elements within themselves, basically.
Yeah.
So if you just explore yourself, like what you are good at, automatically that will give you a boost. Like, let me try and let me do it. Like, as I said in my interview, like, I wanted to fail basically, because I wanted to close this chapter that, okay, this is not working for me. Let me try something else. So I wanted to close this chapter. That's why I did this. And 45 days, when I did this, I realized that no, it's working for me.
Amazing. Amazing, Gautam. Thank you so much for sharing. All of you watching, that was the final message to all of you, is to fail forward. Fail forward. And even like Steve Jobs says, stay hungry, stay foolish, keep learning. And then that's what's going to be. And that is the essence of your journey, Gautam, from a canteen boy to e-com entrepreneur, impacting a lot of people. Awesome. Keep it up. All the best. Looking forward to interviewing you when you achieve the crore, when you enter the crore club, which is going to happen very soon. And more power to you. Thank you.
I really want to thank you last time, but not least, like, you helped me in such a way. I think, Siddharth, I do not have words to thank you. And because of you and your directions, I was able to do this kind of life-changing experience I have.
Yeah, means a lot to me to get that feedback, and I'll attribute it to my mentors. Thank you so much. All the best. Yeah.